Smithy, bit of a frustrating afternoon here today at Alsford. 0-0 draw against Maidenhead. Should have come away with 3 points?
No, I don't think we didn't deserve to come away with 3 points at all. I don't think today. Our performance in possession wasn't good enough. Maidenhead, fair play to them today. They did really well. They came here to frustrate us. You could see that, and they did exactly that. And I think the 0-0 draw was fair. Maidenhead defended really well. We've had no shots on our goal, so we've got to look at the positives. The fact is, it's our first clean sheet of the season. We've given more players minutes. We've been able to rest players due to the midweek game. So all in all, it's disappointing to lose those 2 points. But I think that the way the game's going today, you can see that I'd take a 0-0 draw after today.
The performance, you've mentioned stuff there, but the performance, it wasn't quite the same as last week's Cheltenham. The free-flowing football wasn't quite there. The passing that you want to see wasn't quite there. Any ideas what happened?
Consistency is so hard in football. If the players that we had were consistent week in, week out, they wouldn't be playing in Tier 4, they'd be playing in Tier 2. And we have to remember that. And also, this is what is the equivalent of our third week of pre-season. Because of COVID, because of holidays, because of track and trace, we were having 5 at training some sessions, and it meant that our pre-season had been pushed back so far. So this is week 3 of our pre-season, and we're having to put on 3 games this week whilst being in week 3 and week 4 of pre-season. So fitness isn't there. You've got people cramping up. We know that. We're working with them on that. The passing was sloppy. We were trying to force balls, but again, we're still doing stuff that we weren't doing last week. So I've got to look at the positives, and I think that there's things that we weren't doing last week we were doing this week. But like you said, it was sloppy this week. But it's going to be sloppy against Maidenhead. They come here, they bank up, they're 4-5-1. Their lone strikers run herself into the ground towards the end of the game. I think I'd like that side of stuff to be a lot better today, looking after that ball. It was too easy for Maidenhead to get the ball off of us. So that's something that we want to work on.
I think one thing you probably can't fault is possibly the work rate from a couple of your players today. Hannah Samuels, she ran herself into the ground, as she always does, and also Alice Wheeler as well. She was playing well.
Yeah, Alice was amazing in there, and she was showing for everything, bouncing the ball off, taking a few touches wherever it's possible. She was absolutely brilliant. Like I said, Hannah as well. Chesh has run herself into the ground again today. They do, and what I like is the fact that if someone's struggling, their players are going up to them and helping them out. And we weren't having that necessarily last year either. Alice done really well. She's probably my player of the game today, if I'm honest. I think she was outstanding in the middle of the park.
And as well, you brought on another debutant. We announced Sam Burt had joined the club before the game. How do you reflect on her performance?
Yeah, again, she's done well, came on. She's played in 2 positions because we've got an injury, but she is an outstanding talent, technically unbelievable, wants to get forward all the time, can play in 3 different positions. She's perfect for the club, and more importantly than any of that is that she's slipped into the sort of culture of the club and the group, and she's one of the jokers in the group, and it's brilliant to see, and she does really well with that. And you walk in the changing room, she takes stuff on board at training. She's accountable for any mistakes that she makes in games and at training, and she looks to rectify that. She's been brilliant for us so far, and it's unlucky that she's picked up COVID, but now she's through that. Hopefully, with 3 games this week, we'll see her getting lots of minutes, and it's exciting. She's so good. When we played against Oxford, she was brilliant, one of the best players on the pitch, and we want to get her back to that now.
And how do you go forward from this week? It's a mad 3 games in 8 days. You've got a tough challenge on Wednesday away to Bournemouth, followed by another away trip to Swindon. 2 teams that are going to be tough to compete against.
Yeah, we know Bournemouth will raise their game for us, 100%. But they've had a tough game at Exeter. I mean, the results for us today have gone in our favour. I think if Swindon drew and Bournemouth drew and Exeter drew, so we were lucky with the results and the side dropping after 2 points, if you like. Bournemouth, I shouldn't need to raise the players for. They've got great players. They've got players that play international beach soccer. They've got players that, they're a professional outfit at Bournemouth. And it's not just on the pitch that they're professional. Off of it, they're doing stuff behind the scenes to obviously work their women and girls area up higher through the pyramid, and they're doing really well. But Should we have to raise ourselves at Bournemouth? I shouldn't have to do anything. The players should do all that. And I think a lot of the players from today that weren't happy with their sort of games, they should be going into Bournemouth and sort of trying to prove a point now. So it's interesting. It's going to be interesting for us with, like I said, week 3, week 4 of pre-season. Fitness isn't quite there yet. It's not going to be. We expect that. The touches aren't going to be there yet. We expect that. But it's going to be fun and it's going to be interesting. And I think I'm looking forward to it. It's a midweek game. It's under lights. Should have a big crowd down there, and it's on grass as well. So yeah, I'm excited.